Welcome back to the channels. My name is Thomas Fletcher and I'm the host of the lcsw network and the Military Social Work Network. If you're new to both of my channels, please do me a favor by smashing that like button, by subscribing to the channels, and by sharing this video with your social work colleagues and friends. The purpose of both of these channels is to create a community of hope and support where social workers can come for relevant news, information, and inspiration. Well, welcome back to another episode of Ask a Military Social Worker. So I got a new question from a viewer, and the viewer wants to know, what is a good plan B if I can't get a spot in the social work internship program, or Swip? What MOS will they give me? So I want to thank this viewer for sending in this question. I did respond to her question already, but I wanted to put the question out because it's a great question. If you're not already familiar, the Army and the Air Force both have social work internship programs. These are postgraduate programs where social work MSW graduates can get supervised clinical hours in preparation to take the advanced practice licensed clinical social work exam. And the way it works is you join the Army or the Air Force as an active duty service member, and you are performing your internship in a military treatment facility. Either if you're in the Air Force's program, then it'll be at a military treatment facility where Air Force social workers are providing care, or if you're in the Army's social work internship program, you'll be performing internships at a military treatment facility staffed by social workers. And in some military treatment facilities, you may have access to both disciplines. I mean, both branches, Army and Air Force, especially if you're serving in a military treatment facility at a joint base. But plan B, in the event that you do not get one of those very competitive spots, either in the Army or in the Air Force's social work internship program, what MOS could they put you in? Well, I'm glad that I'm talking about this now, because I didn't provide this level of nuance in my response to the viewer online, my written response. So the Army or the Air Force, but let's just stick with the Army. That's my wheelhouse. Since I am an Army Reserve social worker, and I've been serving in the reserve component of the U.S. Army for over 14 years, serving 11 years in the Army National Guard, and the past 3 years in the U.S. Army Reserve. So I like to think of myself as a subject matter expert, social worker, reserve component, right? So let's say you don't get one of the spots in the Army social work internship program and you still want to join. They're gonna put you in whatever they need. Whatever the needs of the Army are, they're gonna try to steer you in those directions. But this is where, again, you as the MSW grad, you have that piece of paper, that very precious diploma that says that you have all the privileges and responsibilities of somebody that has completed a master's in social work. You want to be very selective in terms of accepting if you can't get into the social work internship program. And let me also state, if you're not aware, you cannot become a social worker in any branch of the military until you receive your advanced practice license in social work. Okay, so just because you have your MSW does not mean that you're eligible to get one of the 73 Alpha positions in the Army. I don't know what the designated code is in the Air Force or the Navy, but in the Army, 73 Alpha is social work, because that's the area of concentration. The MOS is behavioral sciences, 67 Delta, but once you're fully qualified, you're going to be put into a 73 Alpha social work position as a social worker. So with that being said, if I was a person that really wanted to join the Army and I wasn't able to get into the social work internship program, what I would request is either two options: either an officer position in the 70 series, that would be health administration or health services, and that would be either 70 Alpha, 70 Bravo, 70 Echo, right? That's on the officer side. Now, if you did not want to do that, if you did not want to do those officer positions, and you were actually interested in actually joining as an enlisted, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know. If I had joined when I was 25 instead of 40, I might have been tempted to join the enlisted side, but I joined at 40, so it was already too late for me to join enlisted. But because I did join as direct commission, I was still under the age of 42, so I didn't need an age waiver when I joined at 40. But let's say you're on the younger side, you're under 35, and you still have this adventurous side in you that wants to experience enlisted basic training. You could request, and you still want to serve within the behavioral health field, you could request to join as a 68 X-ray behavioral health specialist or behavioral health technician. Okay, and I actually have the privilege in my current unit. I serve with a behavioral health technician who is an MSW graduate, and this past fall, last year, passed her LCSW exam. Now, I don't know if she will at some point come over to the dark side with the rest of us and serve as an officer, but she is right now. She joined when she joined. Yeah, I think she joined before she got her MSW degree, but that's another option. Okay, so you have two options. Your plan B could have two options if you don't get into the Swip, social work internship program. Plan B number one could be requesting one of those health service administrative positions, either 70 Alpha, 70 Bravo, or 70 Echo. Or you could go enlisted and request to join as a 68 X-ray behavioral health technician. Okay, so that's what that would be my, I guess that's plan B, C, D, and E, right? Because you could join as a 70 Alpha, 70 Bravo, 70 Echo, or 68 X-ray. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. I want to thank this viewer for sending me her question. I really enjoy receiving these questions and thinking about them and answering them. All right, so I'm going to stop right there, but I want to thank you all for watching this video. For all the social workers and other licensed mental health professionals, thank you for the work that you do every day, for your clients, for your agency, and for the profession. Please continue to support each other and yourselves. Bye for now.